guys, welcome to Nerdarchy. For nerds by nerds, I'm Nerdarchist Ryan, and I'm joined by today...
I'm Nerdarchist Ted.
And Nerdarchist Dave.
So today we're going to talk about unorthodox class combinations, so the Half-Orc Druid. Alright, so let's get into it. What do we think about that?
So, well, the cool thing about the Half-Orc, you get the ability to, pretty much get extra damage on a crit, an extra weapon die. You get to shrug off of, a strike that's not going to outright kill you.
You get a skill, proficiency, intimidation.
You get intimidation. So you combine that with the wild shaping. I know people have looked at it. It's like, oh well, let me wild shape into a boar, and now you're doubling up on that. That shrugging off a fatal strike, over and over again. So technically, with that combination, you can get 3 times.
I feel like you're getting a little ahead of yourself because we don't get the wild shape until 2nd level. But at 1st level, we get that stat bump to con, and stat bump to con is always good.
Although, I almost feel like, in a certain regard, so the wild shaping kind of lets you mitigate sucky physical stats. Like, if you wanted to be as cheesy as you possibly could about it. Like, say if you were to dump them. Like, so, there's a little bit of a thing, like, it's not gameplay, when you're on the gamey part of an RPG. It's not optimal to have your bumps be the strength and con when you're going to be looking to wild shape, and it's going to change anyway.
Yeah, but there's going to be those times
where
you're not wild shaped.
Yeah, no.
and it's going to suck if you said, I'll make con my dump stat.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for me, con is never my dump stat. I never have a desire to play, the Raceland archetype.
Never not be afraid.
It's just not in my gaming brain, whether that's power gaming or not. Con is always in the top 3 in my brain.
But let's look at dump stats. So what's a dump stat look like for a Half-Orc Druid?
Half-Orc Druid.
Strength at 10.
I would put my dump stat into strength, and then he would have that 10.
Right. Well, which is awesome.
Yeah,
absolutely, because you don't have any negatives.
I mean, even if you're not looking at spellcasting per se, right? There's 2 really awesome cantrips for Druid, and well, unfortunately, you'll be done picking them unless you go the land version.
Yeah.
But that is Thorn Whip and Shillelagh.
Absolutely. So if you go with that, hey, I'm going to put my 15 into Wisdom. Number 1, hey, it's great. You're a Half-Orc with a 15 Wisdom. How badass is that? But then it's like, all right, well, now I've got, a +2 to hit and damage with my Shillelagh as my standard attack.
Yeah, actually, you almost might be better served too, putting that 15 in the con to get the 16.
Yeah, get the 16,
and then put the 14.
Because
at
first level you cannot wild shape. So
yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if you put your doesn't matter whether you put your 14 or your 15 into Constitution, it's still gonna bump up to that +3 because you're gonna get that +2.
Then I get a +2 strength.
Oh, it's 2 to strength and 1 to con?
Yeah, their odd stat goes to the con.
All right. So then, you can put the 14 into wisdom and the 15 into con.
And then, I would say your next lowest stat, you would go...
Dude, you'd probably... I mean, how you want to build this? Because I would probably make this, like, sort of shamanistic Neanderthal sort of character. So my intelligence and charisma aren't really going to be stats I'm going to care about a whole lot.
Yeah, I'd be going my 13 in the dex.
Well, dude, not even... I would dump out 3 stats and have 15s in the other. It'd be another... If we're not doing standard array. Because you can do 3 15s and 3 8s. And then do 8 intelligence, 8 charisma, 10 strength. So you're kind of this scrawny, emaciated...
on this one, I might actually just take the
standard array.
Take the standard array and actually high stat con and wisdom, 15, 14.
Yeah.
Dump strength for the 8.
Right.
What is it? Is there a 10?
There is a 10. There's a 10.
10 in intelligence.
Yeah.
Next high stat in charisma.
Yeah. So 12.
So it gives me the
So you get a 13 dex.
Yeah.
So you're a druid with people skills.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. I mean,
for your handle animals, for your intimidate.
I would consider putting the 12 into intelligence so that you're actually, look at this. I'm pretty smart for a Half-Orc, and you got more knowledge nature.
Oh man, yeah, I would not. I mean, like, there's knowledge nature.
So it's only a difference of 1 of whether you want the 10 in charisma or intelligence.
Well, I feel like more skills will rely on your charisma. Your handle animal.
It's charisma and wisdom for the most part. Like
I think handle animal and and intimidate. You know, if depending on what you're looking to do.
So it's a matter of whether you're looking to get, you know, what's going to be more focused for your character, because you're only getting so many skills.
And then, you know, for obviously reasons, you're going to go the path of the moon, or whatever, the circle of the moon.
Circle of the moon.
You know where you're wild shaping a lot. Which, let's face it, you know, a bonus in melee for critting is going to be useful.
This is going to be awesome.
Well, especially if you can do something with multiple attacks. This way, your odds of rolling that crit go up with the number of attacks.
What is our druid saving throw proficiencies?
Wisdom, charisma, I think. Wisdom, intelligence.
Okay. So having that high con is going to be helpful for whenever you have to make concentration checks. Now, it may not matter if you're wild shaping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if there's any animals that get con as their good saving throw that you can wild shape into. So like if you cast a spell that's concentration and then wild shape, you can then maintain it
Very easily. Yeah.
which could, you know, pretty much add to your combat abilities. You know, granted, you know, the Circle of the Moon have that cool thing where they can burn their spells to heal as a bonus action, which is pretty sweet.
Absolutely.
So that, you know, they can stay in that form even longer. And then if you get dropped as, you know, the wild shape, well, basically you just revert to your orc form or your half-orc form.
At hit point.
Yeah. Or, you know, if get dropped, you know, once a day you can go, never mind, I stand back up.
Yeah, I'm not feeling that.
You know, so that's kind of cool. I don't know how that would work with, I guess that wouldn't come into play like if you're wild shaped, because you don't technically drop to the 0 hit points.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you probably, it just burns through on that.
You just get up and you're pissed off and you want to like
Hit somebody with a stick.
Yeah.
Or a shalala.
Yeah,
So-
it's weird. Like part of like the gamey part of things, like, you know, you have these limited resources of where you're going to put the stats, because I almost want to make a half-orc that's physically imposing, but just like you only have so much to work with your stats.
Yeah.
And like, how often is that going to come into play when wild shaping is your primary
Right.
thing? You know.
So we got half-orc, we got druid. Your turn to the backgrounds. What do we see as this character's background?
Well, you got Hermit, you got Outlander. They're the
obvious.
Cliches.
They're the two obvious cliches. You know, I'm not seeing the sage. I mean, if you're going tribal, you could go.
You could do acolyte.
You could do acolyte. You know, if you're going with the mysticism. But
you're not,
really,
you're not sitting in a temple. More like, you know, with your tribal shaman. You know, kind of a thing doing.
you know, again, if
You could be a criminal. You could be like an urban druid that like turns into rats to steal shit.
That's pretty interesting.
Criminal or urchin. You know, like somebody that's like street rat, like basically a half-orcish Aladdin.
yeah.
You know, Aladdin druid.
Does he still get Jasmine in the end?
Sure.
I
if
don't
she's
want to
an
know
orc.
where he's
If
getting.
she's an
that.
orc or like some other half breed.
We're going into Shrek territory.
yeah, totally.
So I feel like it depends on what you're going for, right? If you're going optimal build, then I kind of feel like you go Outlander.
Yeah.
Survival and
Athletics.
I mean, dude, if you wanted to take this into a totally like random like somebody that would hang out with the Gobelos, take entertainer, turn into like Boris the Dancing Bear, like that would be pretty hysterical.
That's messed
Although
up.
the Outlander does get, you know, a musical instrument as well.
Yeah.
I never understood that.
Why they get? Yeah, like they have to give us something useless. Have a musical instrument.
I'm like,
Yeah.
can I love Outlander. Like, I feel like most of my characters lean that direction because it's the most adventure-y to me. And I'm like, but
Well, because they don't. Because it's got to be like. It should be a tool set. Like it can't be a language.
And you can always swap them out.
It
like
can't
the
be a
tools.
skill.
Yeah.
Or it breaks the the economy.
So I'm like, can I trade this for something else?
And then obviously, you know, Hermit works really well as well.
Absolutely. Any druid always.
Did druids already get the herbalism kit? Not that it matters. I mean, you can always swap it out.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you double up. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd swap it out. But then again, like with the Outlander, I could definitely see, see this druid half-orc playing the bongos.
Right. Or, if you're gonna go like a seafaring campaign, you make him a sailor, and he's like a druid of the waves, and then this way it opens up all the different monsters that you can turn into that are aquatic, And then you could even function as like an octopus.
A seal.
on
You can
land.
be a seal and entertain the crew.
You could, well, or a dolphin or a shark. I don't know with the CRs.
You turn into an octopus and the barbarian launches you at the enemy's face.
Right, exactly.
Once you get the 4th level, and you can actually gain a
Swim speed. Yeah.
Yeah, like you could, oh yeah, there's the not getting actual useful abilities.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Unless your DM is willing to waive that because it's a seafaring
campaign.
Yeah.
Just because like I could see like a fully like Moby Dick, like Nick or whatever the tattoo. There's like this heavily tattooed character, Queequeg, I think, in Moby Dick. So this heavily tattooed guy that was like this big brawny dude. Like you could make that druid half-orc sailor, like this brawny tattooed sailor, who also happens to commune with nature.
Nice.
There you go. So, do we have this guy fleshed out?
More or less built?
Yeah, and honestly, one of you viewers actually asked us to do the Half-Orc Druid, but I forget who. So, whoever you are, guy, we did it for you. With that, you guys drop in the comments what you think, how you feel about it. If you have different suggestions, if you would have done it differently, while you're liking, commenting, subscribing, and even sharing.
You can check us out on nerdarchy.com.
Or hang out with us over on Facebook.
So until next time, stay
Stay nerdy.
nerdy.